Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy C-Spec, man, back up in this thing, man. It's beautiful out here today, and check it out, man. This is what we got going on. All right, so we just finished up doing the seat lift kit. If you ain't seen that video, check it out. But what I did is I lifted the seat up right here, got my seat raised up, get ready to throw a dual ported 10-inch enclosure box up under here. It's being custom made right now. But what we about to do in this new video, I'm gonna show you how to install a double DIN radio into this thing, okay? So first thing you gotta do is you wanna pull this out. Simple. Grab it by the top, pull, grab this, pull, and work your way on around, pull. This part is gonna probably still be in here. You just work your fingers around here and just pull, and then pull this little piece out here. Be cautious of the only thing that's gonna be holding it in place is these wires right here. Just pop those wires out. You got your 2 cigarette lighters and your harness right here for your buttons in the middle, and you got your harness right here for the selector switch for your drive, driving. 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, things of that nature. So we're gonna go ahead and also it's a good time to go ahead and, if this is something you're planning on doing, haven't started yet, go ahead and order you some more this stuff right here that goes around the vents, because it's gonna probably fall off because it's old. I'll get you some glue and glue it back on there, but if you can order some, that's great too. But yeah, we're gonna pop these harnesses off though. This harness here has a little tab right here on the inside, like so. Just push it in right there at the top. And this one right here has one just like that, except it's on the bottom. Alright, so I'm gonna push it in like so. Now let's set this camera up and get it going. Alright, so let's go and get this harness out. Out. There we go, that's out of the way. Alright, so just set that off to the side. And now we just got our radio here. We just take this baby out and get it on out the way. As you can see here, we're gonna have to remove this AC unit because it is mounted on top of the radio assembly. So I'm going to get my tools together and commence getting the stuff out. You're gonna need a 9/32 hex to remove your screws that's keeping your radio and AC controller in place. I've already removed all the rest of them. Just go ahead and get this out of the way. Voila. And then you have your head unit, and it pops right out like so. Plenty of room to get it out of there, as you can see. Got a little fan in there. It's a Delphi Delco electronic system. Very simple. 2 little wires, harnesses in the back. That's it. And that's that right there. Okay. So voila, I mean, very simple. I mean, that's really like plug and play for real. Alright gang, so what you're gonna need, as you can see here, we got our radio replacement and steering wheel control interface. We do have the buttons here, and I would like to retain the functionality of my buttons, so I got that stuff. I got the necessary hardware for that. So we have that here, part number RP5GM31. And this is made by PAC. And we also have our Scosche car stereo installation accessory, part number GM1598 Bravo. And you're going to also need your vehicle antenna adapter cable, okay? As you can see, it's a weird looking adapter right there. This is going to plug in there and going to allow you to plug it into the back of that radio. So get your necessary hardware and you should be good to go. We have our head unit right here. I installed an AVH-W4500NEX. So yeah, it should make for some pretty good sound coming up out this thing. Now I'm hoping along with the radio it's going to improve the sound, but we'll see how much blockage that amplifier that's pre-built in here for the Bose system plays against this being at its full potential. But we'll eventually rip this baby out, get all that Bose crap up out of here, and get some real sound pumping out of these speakers. But let's go ahead and get it going. I just took my PAC unit out and I just simply went ahead and got all the harnesses connected. Just want to go and see how this works out, and it's pretty simple. You have your option for, the only thing you have an option between is amplified factory audio or non-amplified factory audio. That's based upon if you're going to be using your factory Bose system that's already in the vehicle. And this does have a Bose system in here, so for right now I'm going to be using that until I decide to have it wired a different way. But alright, so I'm go ahead and pull the radio harness out and get all this stuff, start getting things in place and go from there. So let's see. It's just so much stuff. USB cable. And then of course we have our head unit. Very beautiful looking unit. Have all our inputs right there. Let's see what we can get going on here. First of all, we want to go ahead and get our PAC unit connected to our factory harnesses. So amplified factory audio, that's going to be this one, and vehicle connections, this one here. So it's going to be these two harnesses here. So it's going to go here. Vehicle connections will, of course, it'll be the wire that has your power wires and things of that nature, and it'll go to the vehicle connections on the PAC harness, and then your speaker wire, amplified factory audio, it will go to your speaker wires, of course. Voila, like that. Okay, so and of course here we have our wires which will go to connect these power and ground wires along with the power and ground wires from the blank harness to the aftermarket radio. So we got these and these here. They will go to the factory. They will go to the radio. And power and ground wires right here. Yeah, let's see. Navigation inputs. Connect to remote wire from aftermarket radio for audio output. And all these go to the radio for speaker inputs and whatnot. So it's very easy. Actually, it's just so much stuff. It could look overwhelming at one point, but it actually isn't. Just gotta just connect things the way they go and you'll be okay. So let's get our factory harness out and get this stuff connected. Video input, blah. Do that last. This here is for I'm guessing XM radio. This here is my scare, park and brake, remote wire, speed sensor wire, and all of my speaker wires. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out of here. Alright, so as we have here, this is parking brake, green wire. So you know where that gotta go. This here is going to be our ground wire, of course. Reverse, speed sensor, car speed signal input, remote wire, accessory, well now it's going to be power, accessory red, illumination, and all of these is going to be our speaker wires, fronts, gray, white front. The gray and white is going to be the front, as you can see here. Alright, let's run through this. Alright, so we have our harness here that goes to the radio. You have your ground wire, you have your park and brake wire, you have your power wire, your accessory wire, your remote wire for the amplifier, and your reverse gear input, as well as your speed sensor input wire. Okay, and these are your speaker wires, the fronts, and the dark colors are the rear. So these are going to plug into the harness. This goes into the back of the radio. Just get that in there. Alright, so that's in the back of the radio. And this here is going to go where does this go? Center, rear camera, sub, rear camera, center, sub. Hold on to that. And I think this is in case we're not using the PAC unit right here. So plug in there. Set that over to the side. That's for chiming. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so let's start getting these speaker wires hooked up. Alright, so first thing here, we're gonna get this tape out of the way. Got the speaker wires out of the way. Alright, so we want to go ahead and get these grays, whites. We're gonna go ahead and get the speaker wires connected. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, what I'm doing is I got my wire strippers. I'm currently stripping the sheath off of the wires for the speakers. And you see we got all our speaker wires right here, our grays, our whites, purples, and our green. It's the same thing we have coming off of the radio here. Grays, whites, purples, and green. Okay. Let's see. Connect to a remote wire. Aftermarket ahead and strip the sheath off of the wires coming off of the radio harness. We can pull that up out the radio. We don't need it to be in the radio right now. I just stuck it there during the time frame that I did, for whatever reason. As you can see, the power wires are already pre-cut. Speaker wires we'll have to pre-cut ourselves. So, fairly simple. Wire strippers, just get all these sheets off, and that's all to it. And we'll go to the smallest one. There we go. That's good right there. Let's make sure we're not taking any wires with us, guys. I'm using the same one, the same setting on here, 0.8, 20 gauge. You know, the larger the number, the smaller the wire as far as gauge. AWG American wire gauge. Excuse me, guys. You know, it's pollen and everything, and you know, it don't help that I'm already post-nasal dripper. Alright, cool. So we got all of our wires cleaned up right there. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna use terminal caps to go ahead and connect these together. I prefer, if you're doing this, it's better to use a more non-permanent solution for when you want to change out your radio. Maybe like some solder and heat shrink. But I'm going to use these right here, some butt connectors, well, some connectors and connectors. Splice connects. I'm going to use some splice connects and make this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and stay tuned. Let's check it out, gang. As you can see right here, we got all our speaker wires connected right now. What I'm getting ready to do is go ahead and get my remote, my 12-volt battery power connected, my accessory wire connected, and my ground wire connected. So I'm looking for those locations right now. Stay tuned. I'll get right back to you. Alrighty. So remember, guys, you got the PAC interface. You got all your power already there because you fed it in from the vehicle side already. So you just got to connect it on the radio side. All right, so we got our accessory wire, we have our ground wire, and we also have our constant 12-volt wire. So we're going to get those wires connected, and hopefully things will be looking up pretty soon here. Okay, and this right here is going to also connect to these wires as well. This right here goes to the let's see, connect these power and ground wires along with the power and ground wires from the RP5 radio wire audio harness to the aftermarket radio. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna follow these instructions, go and get that connected. Stay tuned. What's up, YouTube, man? Whole nother day, we out here. I'm about to show you that we done got this thing installed. I'm talking about the radio. You already know. You just saw me going through the process of it, so I'm just following back up with you. And then you see how this thing looking. All right, so we got the PAC unit installed. All right, so for the Bose system, guys, if you got the Bose system in here and you want the loud input, you want loud output from all of your speakers, hook it in the non-amplified factory audio side. the amplified factory audio side is like limited or something. It sounds like it's limited just like it did from the factory before you installed your radio. But when you put it on the non-factory, on the non-amplified factory audio, man, this head unit right here goes to work. It's doing all the work, it's powering it on its own, it's handling business. I just ordered some new door speakers, man, because I got distortion coming out my rear passenger door because that thing beating so hard now. Everything's sounding real good and loud and clear. So yeah, the EQ on this thing is phenomenal. I mean, it's like awesome control. As you can see, we got our steering wheel control function hooked up here. This allows us to control the radio with our buttons here. OnStar works still. If you hold the mute button long enough, OnStar kick on and make the radio go off. One thing I didn't like, and you gotta wait for the radio to reboot when the OnStar goes away. But yeah, mute works. Everything seems to work. So no complaints there. What I'm getting ready to mess with now is I'm finna look up the exact wiring for this harness here with all of these video input outputs. I'm pretty sure it's for some monitors and things of that nature, which I do intend on throwing some monitors in this seat to accommodate this radio. I might as well make use of it. My kids do ride in the back. I'm pretty sure they'll enjoy watching some movies or something in the truck, since we do have an infotainment system to allow that. Another thing I can point out to you that I did, as you can see here, I have my parking brake cable cord grounded to the radio. All right, so parking brake cord is right here, wire, and it's grounded to the chassis of the radio. This allows me to let videos play without the truck parking brake being applied. So this Pioneer unit also allows you to keep it on the chassis all the time. You don't have to, there's no time delay where it's looking for power before the ground. None of that. So yeah, video always on at my demand, which is lovely. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start on making sure I got everything the way I want it. But yeah, man, this PAC Radio Pro, that's the way to go, man. It made this installation so easy. I didn't have to cut no wires or anything like, you know, the old school day. You have to cut all them wires and stuff. These pre-wired harnesses are the truth, man. I'm telling you, they're the truth. They make installs so much easier. So easy. At first I was looking at it like in frustration, like, oh, I don't feel like messing with all these wires, but you just got to start doing it. Especially if you already know how to do it. You just don't feel like doing it, just start doing it. Save yourself so much more money in the long run. I'm gonna go ahead and run my audio video cable while I got this out for my own, not my audio video cable, but my own RCA cables for my amplifier. I'm going to run my remote wire for my amplifier while I got this out. And yeah, we're gonna go from there and see what it do, man. But in the meantime, stay tuned, man. Your boy getting this thing together. Again, this is the Pioneer 4500 NEX. This radio is super dope. I mean, I'm gonna say dope, this ain't dope. This radio still has, it's a multimedia center, and it also has DVD receiver. I mean, I noticed that a lot of these radios are going away from DVDs, which is crazy. But I mean, if you see right here, you'll see that this baby right here, so give you the option how you want this thing to kick out, let me know. Alright, so we can take the face off right there. Let's kick this thing all the way out so you can see how this thing do. Alright, I don't need no copyright to y'all. Alright, come on, let's see. So, okay, you can change the angle right there. And that's to take the face off. And this right here is to I'm gonna put a disc or a media card in. It goes all the way down. There you go, see? Let's take the disc out. Goodbye solo. I like that, man, because you know I got all my DVDs from back in the day. I got a bunch of CDs. I can get caught up with some old school stuff, man. Yeah, I'm born in '82, so you know I was an avid DVD collector, and I got a bigger book than this full of DVDs, man. So yeah, it's be good for just getting on the road, throwing a movie on, letting it play, giving people in traffic letting them catch up with some old school movies. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing popping though, man. Nice tilt right there, guys. You see the tilt right there? So yeah, man, this thing was super easy, man. I'm telling you, super easy. Let's see what they do. Display on this screen is phenomenal.
My name is Clarice Precious Jones. I want to be on the cover of a magazine. I wish I had a light-skinned boyfriend with real nice hair. But first, I want to be in one of them BET videos.
All right, Precious. We feel you, girl. All right, let's go over here. You got Pandora, you know that. As you can see right here, source. Check this mirroring out right here, guys. Turn on my Miracast remote device may be such a screen mirroring. Alright, I'm all too familiar with that. Alright, so check it out. So I'm wondering with the screen mirroring, will you be able to... Oops, what am I doing? Okay, so we're gonna turn on screen mirroring right here. Connecting. You know, Samsung, you gotta go to Smart View. So you can turn your phone sideways. There we go. Now let's see if we can tap the screen on this. Oh wow, yeah. Crazy, guys, that's crazy. So we just turned our radio unit to a computer. Mobile phone. See if we can swipe down here. Oh wow, there we go. Look at that. You see that right there, guys? Oh wow. Freaking news. I don't want to see no news, man. As you can see, this thing is... Alright, so this app doesn't allow you to mirror, to do the screen rotate. Which is cool, Let's see if we can get out of here. Let's hit the home button there. And let's see, let's go to YouTube. Guys, this is pretty dope. I love the screen mirroring features. My new computer has the same thing. This Alienware laptop I just purchased. And it's so dope. It's actually moving on my phone before it moves here. It's just crazy. That's a hell of a delay. Check it out. See that? Look. You would think it moves on the device first, then starts moving on the phone, but it doesn't. But yo, man. But yo, as you can see, this radio is bonkers, man. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this installation cleaned up. And we're gonna go from there. Alright, we're gonna go from there, get it cleaned up a little bit, and be out on our way. Alright, so check it out. I'm gonna be back to you. Peace. I got all the wires connected and everything. I got my Radio Pro interface. As you can see, I got the speaker wires connected on a non-amplified factory audio side, and it is so much more powerful that way. It's getting this power from the radio opposed to the amplifier, which is blocking the sound some kind of way. The amplifier, for some reason, meters the sound drastically. It's like a big old funnel. It just slows everything down, what it looks like. But yeah, I'm about to show you how we get all of this in here, okay, so that you can see how easy it is to hide all this stuff away in here. Okay, so as you can see, I cleaned up my wire and I got some wire loom to cover up all the wires. Man, I could throw some right here, but it's no biggie. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there like so. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go get some more wire loom, put some on this, and we're gonna push all of this up in here. So stay tuned. Watch how we do this. Easy breezy, okay? All right, check it out, YouTube. We're about to go ahead and push all this stuff up in there. I'm just gonna put a piece of loom on this, but just leave it like it is. I don't have the smaller loom. I don't want to stick that big loom on there. All right, so first thing you want to do is you want to get the wires up out of the way. So start pushing that stuff up. Like so. Just want to require you to support your radio a little bit more. Bring everything up. Alright, so let's work it up there, right there behind the radio sits in this housing. So push everything up into the dash. Yeah, I'm gonna get some zombies later. Yeah.
I saw somebody come down the street and he had a gun. I saw somebody come down the street with a bike and he had a gun.
Oh, he had a gun? Yeah. Riding his bike?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like you have. It was the same gun you know.
Well, that's cool.
We had the same paper.
Alright, gang, as you can see right there.
Pushing
that right up in there. It's going up there, no problem. Just want to monitor, make sure there's no restrictions. You don't want to tear open any connections. As you see, I made all my connections with butt connectors. You can easily do this with solder, which will make for a cleaner install. As you see, I got all these butt connectors almost in the same area, which makes kind of a little cluster going on there, but you can still make a clean install with all of that going on. So, pull our cables out of the way. Just put my remote wire down. And my audio cable. All right. This right here, if you got end connectors to put on here, that'll be your best bet. I don't have any, and like all of these wires, all of these here, I don't have any end connectors to go on those as well, but just push all that stuff up in there. You're not gonna have no problems out of it. Let me see. Let me get some more of that in there. Hold my radio up so I can do that. Isaiah, why did you let that down? all this stuff. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Scosche kit out. Scosche. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this thing mounted up. Alright gang, as you can see right here, we just installed the pieces from the Scosche installation kit. These get mounted on the side, on each side. I mounted them like so. You can see here. The next phase will be to, there you go, just like that. Next phase is going to be to get the front of this on, in which it goes on like, let's see, like so. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get that right. So stay tuned. As you can see, this has ridges on the side in which it goes like so. Fit on there just like that. Isaiah, I'm not concerned about the cat. Alright, so as you can see, it snapped in on that side. I'm gonna have to get it on the other side like the same way. I'm not gonna pull. I could pull on it some. Yeah, I'll just do that. It's simple. Pretty easy to do. I'm just gonna pull and push. And slide it around to the bezel. But something easier you can do. Looks like you can just. Yeah, I just slide it on the bezel like so. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right here, guys. Pull it forward a little bit so we can have some room to flex. You don't want to break it though, so be careful. I'm just gonna do the easy, what I see to be easy to do. I got one side on right there. I'm gonna loosen this side some. Actually, all you gotta do is loosen it out a good bit so that it can fold in a whole lot. Alright, so as you can see, it's still mounted, but being that I loosened the screw out some more, it has more room to flex in at an angle. Alright, so should pop up in there, no problem now. As spoken, and you just press it in on this side, like so. Like that. Push the bezel back. There we go.
What's this?
I know you can do it.
Look.
Oh shoot, look at you, Chance. Big boy. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have the radio in place on the bezel. Only thing left to do now is to go ahead and put this screw back in I just removed. But yeah, easiest thing to do is put the front screws in place. You can put both of them in place on one side, go ahead and get that one side on, front screw in place on the other side, so that, and leave it backed out as much as possible so that this side can flex in so that you can get it on the inner side of the bezel. Alright, got that in place. Next thing we need to do is put our bezel back around the radio. Right here. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you can see, put a bezel around the radio. There we go. Just like that, guys. Next thing we got to do, secure our Alright, just making sure my bezel is mounted correctly. I guess the bottom has a little lip. Appears to kind of go out more at the bottom. Alright, so next, let's tighten up the sides. You don't need mega torque. I got the drill on too, so it should click. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm just making sure everything is in place. Got my chime right here. I'm gonna mount it somewhere. Not sure exactly where. I want all my wires to be in the best path as possible, where it's not crossing over, putting unnecessary tension on another wire. As you saw, that just made that wire come out because of the routing of it. That's why I'm double checking this stuff now. Stop running into his bike. All the space you got, why are you hitting him?
Oh my god. Two dogs.
Stop pushing. I gotta hook my freaking camera up, man. Best Buy. I didn't get a message till freaking 5:58 that the camera was ready. So I still gotta do that. Rear monitor output. My camera output is right. Rear view camera right there. Video input. So that's what I'm gonna have to finish up tomorrow. Go pick my camera up tomorrow. First thing. Get it mounted in place. tuck these wires some more, guys. Whew. I'm gonna take this piece of wire loom out because it's actually causing me more trouble with it being so thick. I mean, it makes for a clean look, but when you trying to get something in place like this, it's not gonna flex nowhere as easy as the wire is gonna do alone. So I'll just yank this piece right here out. This in the way. Alright, so I got all my other connections up here hitting out the way. Isaiah and Chance, get over here. Alright guys, there we go. Looking a lot better. What I'm gonna do, I'm just going to tuck my rear view camera cord right here, just in case I can make it work without having to pull this radio out tomorrow. I should be able to. I just gotta run that camera wire right up here. I should be good to go. Thanks for checking out the channel. Please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned, man. Share this thing on forums or whatnot, man. Let other people know that your boy out here messing with Silverados, trying to get these things right, and I want to share it with you, man. Again, it's your boy C-Spec Kurt, and I'm out. Peace.